Hello everyone and very good morning to everyone who are present today. Today we will be taking a small webinar on the four analytical tools and along with we will be looking into one or more tools if the time permits, and if you have any particular tool to look into after we complete our today's four tools, you can also suggest that. We'll take it. So today we are looking towards the how effectively and efficiently you can go through the Quantsapp tools, how you can use them in your into your analysis. So tools we are taking today, that is option calculator, result analysis, comparative analysis, and chain what if. So before beginning the today's webinar, I'll gonna take a small brief about the concept. So back in like in the span of 3 years from where we started 3 years back, we started with almost 9 tools in one go, and in the span of 3 years, we have reached to almost 48 tools in the concept family. And you will be amazed, and about from around 48, 30 are in the free tools, 17 is the premium tool, and one is the premium algorithm tool. That is Quantsapp. That is Quantsapp option optimizer. So these are the tools we have, like in total around 48, out of which we are looking into 4 today. So the tools we'll start with. So first we're gonna see into the comparative analysis, and we're gonna see what is comparative analysis and how you can use it, and what is the motive of the tool. So this is our new interference, and we have recently lost this interference where lots of the things has been settled as per the iOS and Android version. So if you were a mobile user, and earlier the interference was a little different, but now it's more similar or more looking like a your mobile phone. You have the banners all together here, all the tools in the table wise. You can filter or you can also search. So the same things we have tried to bring up in the web version as well. So we're gonna jump to the comparative analysis. From we'll search from here. Okay. So what is comparative analysis, and what is the motive? What is the idea for taking the comparative analysis? So I'll tell you. So what really happened? Sometimes we do want to look into, if I want to compare. So suppose you want to compare two stocks, or whether you want to compare 3 or 4 stock at a particular time. You want to see how much stock has fluctuated from a particular time to a particular time. You wanted to look, if you want to compare the particular index, let's suppose Nifty and Bank Nifty, all all together with, let's take the any blue chip like good weightage company, let's Reliance, or maybe SDFC Bank, or any other big companies, or maybe it can be any from the FNO segment. So now the idea of taking this point is that a lot of people, a lot of the user, what they used to do, they used to make their Excel sheet. They used to compare from one point to another point, looking okay कि अगर अच्छा 1 जनवरी से 2 फरवरी, 1 जनवरी से 1 फेब तक कितना मूवमेंट है. So either looking and calculating it over the your Excel and doing the things on the other part and getting confused with it, and looking simultaneously to 4 and 5 stocks can get in the lots of uh, errors and might be a lot of things. So we have tried reducing that. We have tried bringing that what we can do here, what are the things we can make easy for you guys. So first thing in the comparative analysis is that we can or you can actually compare 5 instrument at a time. So it can be either any index, maybe Nifty, Bank Nifty, any index, along with stocks. Or you can take 5 stock at a time. You can take any, like, so the maximum limit is the 5. So whether you want to take 5 stocks or whether you want to take the combination of stocks along with the index, you can do so. So I'll tell you what really happens, that we have seen that Reliance has moved very fast in the last year. Like it was just moving and moving after like just as the time of COVID, and lots of stock was getting stuck and going down and down. After that, a lot of stock has started to perform well, and lots of good movement has been seen in Nifty. So now, if you come and ask me that how can I compare the stock movement or the return that this particular company or that index has given, so I can do so here. So let's say I want to see from, so I think let's take by March, we have seen the drastic downfall in mostly of the stocks, and by April starting or somewhere mid, we have seen a slightly like increase in the stock movement in the upward direction. So let's take April 2020. I want to compare index along with the different stocks from April 1st, 2020. So now we have the Nifty, and we can also change it. So if you have any particular stock, or if you want to see the comparison between two stocks, either it can be from any sector, but it should be into the F&O segment. That is mandatory. That Quantsapp, it's only into the derivative. So whatever we are looking here, it's gonna see in the perspective of the F&O. So that's the point. So we have the Nifty here, and you can tell me, that if a particular stock you are looking into, that you want to compare Nifty along with the Bank Nifty, or Nifty with the blue, any good big weightage company with the small weightage company, or any, so it can be anything. So I want your suggestions for it. So we'll see how the price movement has been for those stocks. So we'll take a pause, or like for the second. If you have anything, you can tell, or I'll take. So suppose we have the Nifty, and we all know that Nifty has uh, from 7,500 level to almost 14,800 level in the this week only, in the 20th of almost 20th or 90th of this month only. It has increased so much. It has increased in a very good way, just showing the good momentum. So I got two suggestions, Reliance and Wipro. So we'll add symbol. So what we have to do, we just have to go here, we have to add symbol, and we'll add Wipro along it. We have one more, Tata Steel. So we'll add Tata Steel. So we have the 4 symbols right here. Any other stock you want to take, or let's take SDFC Bank. So these are the 4 5 instrument we have. So we have the Nifty, we have the banking stock one, that's the largest bank, SDFC Bank. We have the biggest of biggest, Reliance. We have the in one from the steel, and one we have from the IT sector. So I got a request for any pharma company. So rather than taking SDFC Bank, we'll take any DV's lab. Is that okay with you? So these are the 5 stocks we want to see. Now I want to see that how these stocks has moved after a particular period of time. So I'm saying from 1st April, I'm comparing these stocks. So so what we have tried here is putting the color combination, which gives a good effect of recognizing any sort of part, which helps us to look into, okay, that this particular color represented this particular thing. So rather than getting confused, you can just also look and compare to the colors. So I can say the blue line is for the Tata Steel, the orange is indicating the Wipro, yes. The green is supported, the green is telling for the DBs. These yellow, that this not the yellow, but faded yellow, I would say, is for the Reliance. And for the Nifty, you can see the pinkish color over in the here. I'll zoom in. Now I will start here. Now I'll say that on the zero. So what does zero indicate here? So zero is telling me that on the 1st April, I'm looking. So I'm starting from 1st April. So that is my initiation point, and that I'm taking as a zero. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm looking that on the 1st April, from 1st April to 30th of January, that is today, from 1st April 2020 to 31st of January 2021, how this prices of this index or for these stocks have moved, whether they have gone in the upward direction or whether they have gone in the downward direction. And doing the comparative analysis is just one of the things which tells you, suppose that if the Nifty is performing, and if the Nifty is performing good, and if I say that Reliance is also performing good, HDFC Bank is performing good, any if good companies are performing good and the small companies are not performing good, so I can say that the movement that came is because of that big stocks in the Nifty or Bank Nifty. But if I say that and there's a possibility and there are chances that even though the small market capitalization companies has performed very well, but they don't have significant impact on the Nifty or Bank Nifty, that it won't move. Even though the company has performed good, Nifty and Bank Nifty did not able to. So these are the points which we can compare, which we can use in our analysis. So January 1st is my initial time that I'm taking zero, and from there on I'm comparing. So I'll directly jump to first. Sorry. So I'll directly jump on 1 second. Okay, so I'm directly jumping to the 29th of January because today is Sunday, Saturday holiday. So last data we have is for today, that is Friday, 29th of January 21. Now I want to see, you can see that from 1st April, Nifty has gone up by almost 65%. DVs by 80, Reliance by 71%. Tata is still, you can see the remarkable 130% almost, and Wipro is almost 120%. That shows that steel company, IT company is doing a good job. And even I will show you the how much an IT company has moved as we'll go further. So we'll take into the index contributor, and we're gonna see the amount, the quantum of IT company that has given a support to the Nifty this year. I mean to the last year. So that is the one point we're gonna see about the Wipro IT stack, IT sector. So we have a question: is it possible to increase limit from 5 to 10 stocks comparison? So at present, we can only compare 5 stocks at the time. So that is not possible to increase the limit. Now I'm gonna compare this. you can see the yellow faded line, this faded line is the Reliance. And you might have seen last year that in 2020, after the COVID, the Reliance has really started to pacing up its prices. The pacing has started pacing up, and you might see that it has outperformed a lot of companies. It has outperformed in in a good way. Like after so many years, you can see the this faded line. This, so I'll zoom in. So if I'm taking this as my Reliance, and the pinkish line, if you can see here, we'll take one stock out. That would be better for the comparison. Yes. So you can see this faded line and the orange line. The Nifty was significantly going up and up and up and up and up and up. But you can see how much Reliance were going through. So from April to almost September 10, the Reliance were in the concern one in the pace of going higher and higher, and it has gained almost 113%. Like almost the stock price has doubled in the just a span of from 1st April to September 10. 110%, 100% almost. But after that, what really happened? That Reliance has started to fall. If you can see from here, this point, from September almost September 15th, 16th, Reliance tend to decline and decline. It's going on the declining side. But if you're looking on the Nifty, you can see even the Nifty, the Reliance were going down. The big weighted stocks were going falling slightly down, 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 down. Even though Nifty has tried to gain up and up and up. And why is that? That even though Reliance was not performing, but other stocks in the Nifty has started to perform, and that has made Nifty to gain a lot and lot and lot. So this is what we are trying to look into, and you can also see that how different stocks, it might be of any big weighted stocks, or it can be any FNO stock, how they have performed as per the benchmark. So either if I'm saying I'm taking any FMCG company, so I can say how that particular company has performed compared to the other companies. And FMCG were like all time good to look into. So FMCG, then pharma was the one of the biggest outperforming stocks of our sector last year. So you can actually compare. So if I'm looking that how pharma is stock. So if I say below Oro Pharma, one more, we'll see. Now we have the Oro Pharma in the this green line, and this is my Reliance. This is the Nifty. This one second. So the green line Oro Pharma, blue line Reliance, pinkish line is for now Divi's Lab, and this orange line Wipro, and this green line indicates your I think, yes, Nifty. So you can see Oro Pharma and Nifty and Reliance. You can see the big weighted stock Reliance were trending to increase and increase. You can see the outperformance of the Oro Pharma. So if I'm taking the example for the tool, I can actually analyze that Oro Pharma has even outperformed the Reliance. So I can say on May 8th from 1st April, मतलब 1 अप्रैल 20 से to 8th May, Oro Pharma has reached almost 66% increase by 66, where Reliance has only increased by around 43%. Nifty has only increased by 11.5%. As we are going further, as we are graduating into the year, you can see on almost 26 June, so April, May, June, almost 3 months, Oro Pharma has almost the return 100%. DV's 25 almost, Nifty 25, Reliance 60. So you can see the outperformance of many of the pharma stocks as compared to the Nifty. And even you see today, the outperformance of the auto pharma from the pharma sector is almost, and the IT sector, that is Wipro, they have gone through far because of the importance of the pharma stocks that we have seen last year. IT companies that has gone in a big way. So this is what it helps me to compare different stock to analyze them, how the stock has moved. And one more point I have to want to bring here, that we are taking the future prices. So whatever you are looking into the Quantsapp, whatever you see, whenever you see a stock prices or anything, so it will be in the terms of the FNO, futures and options. So even though the comparison is made between the future prices. So that is, these are the some points I want to highlight regarding the concept that we are taking the future points. And I think we have seen then like what we are trying to do in the comparative analysis and how you can compare different stocks. Let's take one from the IT sector. We'll add one more. We'll add Infi. It's my personal favorite. And we'll also add ICICI Bank. Or let's take any other banking stock or sign. Or we'll add one more IT stock. Or if you can suggest me any IT stock, we can add one with that. So if I say take the two IT company, Reliance or Nifty, so this is how the comparison comes. Now, so there are some more points here. So we can also do the open interest change, that how the open interest has changed in the same way as we have looked into the price change. Then IV, how the IVs of these companies has been over the period of time. So you can see that on the lower side, Nifty IV has trying to decline, where the sum of the point you can see here, Reliance IV has jumped many times, then Wipro. So what we are trying to do here, we are comparing now the IVs of these stocks, how the IV is performing. So we all know the IV is mean reverting, it reverts back to its mean. Even it goes high, it will gonna revert back. If it's going too low, it's going to revert back. So we can compare the IVs altogether of these stocks, then the rollover. So we can see the significance of the. We all know the significance of the rollover. Tells you the how much the rollover is happening in any futures. So this is how you can compare. So I'll take my period small. Let me zoom in. So this is the rollover for the August. Okay. Uh, for the Wipro, you might say there's a slightly jumped in the Wipro, in Nifty 72% in the August. You can see the decline in the rollover. So this is how you can also compare the different key factors as well. So the main point we are trying to bring up here is the price, how the prices and change of this stocks. Then you can also do the OI change, IV change, and rollover. So we have a question. Uh, So one question that came, I think this comparative analysis feature will be useful if the can handle the option chart, since concept is more of the derivative. Yes, Mr. So surely we're gonna look into it. So one more question regarding the comparative analysis is it possible to select colors of the stock as per our choice? Uh, as of now, it's not possible. Okay, so one more question is doing the sector-wise analysis also. So uh, is it not possible right now? But surely we're gonna look into it, that sector-wise, and this is a good point. We should consider it. So this was about the comparative analysis, looking into what we can do, and looking into that if I want to compare different stocks, then how I can do so. Looking into the rollover comparison, IB comparison, and OI comparison. So some points we have got here that how you can see this stock performance. So this was about the comparative analysis we have gone through. Now we'll move to the that what is going through in the present, that is result, and lots of companies are announcing the result. So we that's why we have taken the result analysis and what if precisely for that only. So if I want to compare, so what happened after the company announces the result, a big movement came that come and before announcing the result, lots of company try to deviate a lot, like deviation in these stocks comes a lot in a big way when they are about to announce that results. And even after the result, we have seen a lot of volatility can be seen. So what to do, as in or as a option trainer or option trader, or as a person who want to make any kind of strategy, what they can do. So I'll take you through into it, that how you can see the past performance. So past stock performance of any FNO stock, then we're gonna see that how if you're making any strategy. So it could be as per your view, if you're making any strategy, how you can analyze those strategy depending on the various factors or the Greeks. We're gonna see through what if, and we gonna also see if you're making any view, how you can make a good option strategy. So first we're gonna see and go to tools, and in the tools we have the result calendar. And why is it? So what we are doing here in the result calendar tool, it gives me an idea and tells you that which company is announcing results. So now the which means only FNO. So we are only taking the FNO companies over here, and we're gonna see that on 30th, that today, ICICI Bank, SDFC Bank, Tech Mahindra, Shriram Transport, Shriram Cement, Shree Cement. These are the four companies who are announcing their result. Now you can see on Tuesday there are around two companies, Wednesday five, and Thursday almost nine companies are announcing result. If I go and I say that some companies, Tata Power, Concor, Hero Motors, Zeal, SBI, Hinpentra, these are the companies who are announcing the result. So today we have Tech Mahindra, IDFC, ICICI, and Shree Cement. So if I go and look into that, so this is the company, and suppose you are keen and more interested towards a particular company, you are more interested looking that कि नहीं बॉस मुझे तो एक ही कंपनी में देखना है, एक ही कंपनी में अपना स्ट्रेटेजी बनाना है. So the most important thing that comes, so let's take ICICI Bank. It's announcing result today. You can go back home. We'll search result analysis. So result analysis, what we are trying to do here, and why we are into the result analysis in the time of results, quarterly results. So the main motive, what really happened, that we don't have the data, like as a normal person, we don't get the data for the past performance, that कि पहले रिजल्ट, जब रिजल्ट आया उसके बाद और उसके पहले कैसे एक स्टॉक मूव हुआ है. सो द पॉइंट ऑफ लुकिंग हियर, सो इफ आई से कि लास्ट रिजल्ट आया अराउंड अराउंड 19th of October को, and I'm looking into ICICI Bank. So this is just for the example purpose we are taking. So if I say कि last result आया था 31st October 20 को of ICICI Bank, but I did not had any clue कि यार रिजल्ट आने के 2 दिन पहले या 4 दिन 5 दिन 6 दिन पहले स्टॉक का मूवमेंट कैसा था. रिजल्ट जिस दिन आया उसके पहले स्टॉक कैसा परफॉर्म किया है, कैसा मूव किया है, एंड रिजल्ट आने के बाद कैसे एक स्टॉक ने मूव किया है. So after the result, a lot of things depends on how the result has came. Whether it's a good result, it's a bad result. But we are more keen and looking forward that how the stock prices have moved. So for looking into 1 quarter result, 2 quarter result, or 3, 4, it's okay. But you have to analyze a lot of, like suppose for the 2 year and 3 year, if you want to see कि last 3 साल में स्टॉक मूवमेंट कैसे रहा है रिजल्ट के आने और आने के पहले और आने के बाद. So that is what we're gonna see, look into. That's why it's a result analysis, and this is not doing the balance sheet and profit and loss result analysis, but more into that how the stock prices has moved before and after. So this is the result. So this is a result analysis, and after looking into that, after making my point that I'm looking for the ICICI Bank today, it's going about to announce the result. Now it is here from date. So what is that from date means? From date means that from January 2018, let's say January 2018. So 1st Jan 2018, I'm looking कि रिजल्ट आने के पहले और रिजल्ट आने के बाद स्टॉक मूवमेंट कैसे रहा है. Now you might see here days before the result and days after result. What is this? So this is just telling me कि okay, अगर मेरा रिजल्ट 31st October को आया है, if the result has came 31st October को, so इसके 2 दिन पहले, so 2 trading session, so we are taking here 2 trading session. So अगर 31st को रिजल्ट आया अक्टूबर को, so I don't know like the previous 2 trading session कौन से थे, but I'm assuming that let's stay by 29, 30, or it could be any 2 trading session before the result announcement. So 30 को रिजल्ट आया, तो इसके पहले जो भी 2 ट्रेडिंग सेशन हुए होंगे उसमें स्टॉक मूवमेंट कैसा रहा है, एंड आफ्टर दैट 31st को रिजल्ट आया, तो इसके बाद 2 ट्रेडिंग सेशन. सो वी आर लुकिंग हियर हाउ द ट्रेडिंग सेशन आफ्टर द रिजल्ट. So if I say, so suppose today is 30th of January and कल एक ट्रेडिंग सेशन था एंड थर्सडे. सो इफ आई एम टेकिंग 2 days, the 28th and 29th में स्टॉक मूवमेंट कैसा रहा है, दैट आई एम लुकिंग. देन इफ आई से 30 को रिजल्ट, 30 को आज रिजल्ट है, then 31st is my Sunday, so we are not counting that. We're gonna see into that is 1st of February, that is January, sorry, Monday. 2nd of February, that is Tuesday. So these are the 2 next trading session now, and we're gonna see कि रिजल्ट आने के और जाने के बाद कैसे रहा है. And now if I say in the last almost from January 18, 19, 20, it's 21. Almost 4 years it's going to be, and around we're gonna be have 12 results out here. So almost quarter wise result. Now I can say before the announcement of the result, ICICI Bank 2 days before the announcement of the result is more being on the positive side. I can give a fair view and looking into that most of the time ICICI Bank has performed in a positive way before the announcement of the result. But it's not same in the last two times where the a lot of movement has been seen in the lots of stocks, and the reason is that because of the 2020, and I usually take 2020 as an outliner, so I would just skip this part and increase my tenure more. So if I say from 2017, 1st of Jan, so second is my Monday. So if I skip the tenure of last year, I can get the still we have the result Jan 20 October 19. So you can see, so combination of whether stock is going down and up, but you can see on the downside the quantum of going down is not that much, and on the upper side the couple of time it has gone above three, then couple of time is has gone up by 6%. But more of that, even though stock is in the negative side, but the quantum of negativity is not that much. Even you can say in the recent time of October and July, but it has performed decent on the last 3 years before the announcement of the result. Now suppose I want to increase and want to see कि okay कि अगर आज रिजल्ट है तो मुझे 4 दिन पहले से देखना है कि कैसा रिजल्ट परफॉर्मेंस स्टॉक का बिहेवियर था. So you can say even though 4 days before the announcement of the result, in the past, that means in the historically, stock has performed in a good way. The quantum you can say by 15%, 5%, 6%, and the negative quantum is on the last time that has gone almost 4%, and it's not that much, and one in October 2018. So I can say before the announcement of the result, this particular symbol has has moved in a good way before the announcement of the result. Now I want to see, okay, result तो आ गया, result आने के बाद क्या हुआ है, result आने के बाद कैसे उस particular symbol ने movement दिखा रहा है. I want to see that. Now you can see after the result, either in the positive way or in the negative way, stock has moved in a big quantum. If it goes in a positive, sorry, if it's going in a sorry, if it's going on the positive way, it's on a big numbers. If it's going on the negative way, still on the numbers, on a big numbers. So I can see in the previously that this particular symbol previously has moved in a big way after the announcement of the result. So we are taking the span of 2 days, that in a two trading session, I can see that stock has moved in a very big way. Either it could be on the positive or the negative side, and that too depend how the result was. So if the result is good or result is bad, the movement that come through it into through that, how the result performance is. But what we are trying to achieve here, that looking that this particular symbol was after after the announcement of the result, it can move either of the direction, and the quantum of movement could be big. And we have seen in the past that the quantum of movement is in the big amount. So looking into and causing into, that's giving me an idea कि boss after result ये stock थोड़ा movement तो दिखाता है, positive हो negative हो, और movement भी कैसा थोड़ा on the upside. So this is what 2 days. Now I want to say 3 days. So I'll quickly tell you the importance of doing this. So what happens that कंपनीज अनाउंस कर देते हैं रिजल्ट, स्टॉक मूवमेंट तो जैसा होना है होगा. बट लुकिंग इनटू द पास्ट previously, that how this stock has moved gives me idea. So suppose you are making any strategy, Either it could be with the future leg, or it could be with the option leg, or on the, it could be anything. Either it can be the cash market. The importance in looking here, that I can know I should be more cautious, I should be more precautious, that taking the precaution, taking the good amount of my stop loss and hedging my strategy would good give me a better sense of making my strategy. Why? Because I can see after the announcement of the results, stock can move either of the direction. It can go on a very quantum side. So this is one of the point of looking into. And suppose if I did not had any clue कि okay कि stock movement कैसा रहेगा, and so I have no idea. So I'll tell you with a quick example. Suppose like suppose if we go on a trip, like let's say आजकल हिमालय काफी ज्यादा है, बहुत से लोगों को हिमालय जाना है, मनाली शिमला, or there's a possibility and some people wants to go to Goa. Now the point comes, अगर मैं फर्स्ट टाइम जा रहा हूँ या मैं कभी जाते रहता हूँ, बट क्वांटमली इफ आई से कि इस बार हिमाचल में आई डोंट नो, बट अगर मान लो मैं कपड़े लेके गया था अपने वार्म क्लोथ्स लाइक फॉर द माय वेल बीइंग, बट वहां पे इतनी ठंडी पड़ी, इतनी ठंडी पड़ी कि मुझे और कपड़ों की जरूरत पड़ गई, मुझे एहसास ही नहीं हुआ कि कैसा होता है. एंड व्हाट मिस्टेक आई डिड, मैंने देखा ही नहीं कि उस महीने में मे बी आज अभी जैन चल रहा है, सो सपोज जैन में तो वैसे ही काफी ठंडी रहती है. आई हैड नो आइडिया कि जैन में ठंडी कितनी रहती है, जैन में माइनस में टेम्परेचर कितना जाता है, कितना स्नो होता है, रात को कितनी ठंडी होती है, सुबह कैसा रहता है माहौल. आई हैड नो क्लू. और मैंने सोचा यार अभी तो मैं बॉम्बे में हूँ, जैसा बॉम्बे में रहता है वहां से थोड़ा बहुत ज्यादा ही रहेगा ठंडी, एंड उस हिसाब से मैं सपोज चले गया. And after reaching there, I get to know that I required lots of warm clothes to protect myself. So that is what importance comes of looking into the past data. That gives me a significant idea कि okay, if I get stuck somewhere, I can see and can analyze that the quantum of movement that stock can have. And believe me, rather than looking into that and making the simple assumption on that what could the movement the stock can have, you should be always looking how in the past the stock has moved. Because if you see this bar before the announcement of the result on 27th October 2017, before result the stock price have moved almost 15.5%, 4 days before the result. And this is a long way, this is a long way. But after you see on the next result, on the next quarterly result, the stock performance was not that good. But after the result, the stock has declined by more, around 6.5%. So the movement can come in the any direction. The stock can move in the any direction. It's not necessarily that if announced before the announcement of the result, the stock has moved up. It is necessary before the announcement. Every time the stock will go up or go down. And looking that the example that I have taken about the Himalaya or any other place, so while moving and placing your bet on anything, it should be looking into what could be the possible scenarios based on the things that happened in the past. And suppose अगर मैं हिमालय जाने से पहले एक बार if I could have seen that what could be the worst case scenario for me of looking into that how many clothes I need, how many warm clothes I need, what all the things that I should be carrying, what should be the things I should be cautious about, then I wouldn't have been stuck in that particular scenario. So this is what it helps me result analysis, the importance of it, that why should why one should be looking into before and after the result performance. And some stocks have the lots of volatility into it. The same way, if I say, so you have the option that you can see up to 10 days. Suppose you want to have a longer period of time and want to see how the stock has performed in the last 10 trading session before the announcement of the result, and say the same way 10 days after the announcement of the result. Now the one more importance that comes in, that we are talking in terms of option. So suppose if let me change my period, let's say 3 days before the announcement and 3 days after the announcement. So now if I expecting a move into my particular symbol on which I'm making this strategy, and I want to see that I'm making my strategy for the 6 or 7 days, and expecting that particular movement in that particular symbol. So if I'm looking that stock will move, let's say by example, so we are purely taking for the example purpose. For everything is for the in the terms of example. So if I say that, let's say I'm expecting a movement of 3% or 4%, uh, or 2% in the downside. So before the announcement of the result, I'm expecting a movement of 2%. So I made my strategy accordingly. And after that, I'm thinking of making, I'm thinking that stock might move up to 4 or 3% in the positive way after the announcement of the result. But what really happened, the movement, the direction came. First it went down, but it did not went down as much as I was expecting. Even though after the announcement of the result, the direction came, it went positive, but the quantum what we are looking for did not came. And you made your strategy accordingly, and अगर उस हिसाब से momentum नहीं आया ना boss, तो I will be start losing premium or gaining premium depending on the strategy. So what we are trying to do, we are gonna see that how much a stock can have the movement, sorry, how much the Greeks can affect if I'm trying to hold my strategy for a longer period of time. What if the volatility spikes up and volatility goes down? So the next point we are moving into, that looking into the volatility at the time of result, then moving towards the what if scenario and doing the what if analysis of how could this stock could move in depending sorry, the stock premium, option premium can move depending on the volatility and the underlying change, and the theta decay. So if you are holding the more and more. So this was about the result analysis, and I hope you have understood why it's so significant looking into the data, and I hope you will remember the example that I've taken about the Himalaya, and that is something you should be consider making this strategy. So we have some question. We're gonna take that. Can we see IV moved before and after the result? Yes, you can see. So we're gonna jump there only into the IV chart, in the IV section, where we'll wanna see where we will be looking into it. Can we add result itself in between before and after the result? So can you add result itself in between before and after result percentage to get more accurate idea? Uh, I did not able to understand like the question you're asking. So if you can repeat it, or if you can provide more details into it, so I can understand. So now we are. So we have some more questions. So let me take. So the question we have, can we have result analysis with IV on the same chart? Okay, so we can implement that. Surely I'm gonna take this point. So as of now, we have the two different things separating the IV and the result analysis part. Um, then the question that can you add result itself in the between before and after result percentage to get? Not as of now. We can't do so. The exact time of result before and after, say 10 minute and 30 minute, etc. uh, okay, so what I understood with this question that you are asking me that whether we can see the result performance of before 10 minutes and after 30 minutes, I think so, in same sense. So if this is the question, I would like to answer it. What really happened in that, not every company is going to announce its result in between the market hours. So if I say that even looking into these ICICI Bank, this company is not announcing its result on the market hours. It's announcing result on the holiday. And most of the time, if you notice, ICICI Bank announces result on the on the holidays, mostly on the Saturday or weekends, Saturdays. I have seen. So now looking, that part would be difficult, that that 10 minutes or 30 minutes, and most of the actions, like most of the significant action, that not significant but a huge amount number of action that comes in the short period of time, and that could be in the positive and the negative way. So it's better to, while making an option strategy, it's better to look for the better good days of one or two couple of days and making your proper strategies, because lots of things get adjusted after the before and after the announcement of the result. So now we're gonna move towards the IV chart and gonna see about the IV. So tell me any one second, just wanna see the stock which has announced its result on the working day. So tools, result calendar, and we're gonna see on Tuesday we have SDFC. So Tuesday, about for the Tuesday we're gonna see. So we are looking for the SDFC, that it has announced its result on the One second, I'm just. So there was a where we can see the complete increase and like how the IV has moved. Not getting it. So let's take ICICI Bank only. So we are looking into ICICI Bank only. You go to IV chart. This is the uh, SDFC. One second, guys. I'm just looking for something so I can show you in a better way. Last was on 2nd of November. That was it a working day? Yeah, that was a working day, I think. And 30th of July. So we'll go to SDFC. IV IV chart. November, Jan, October. So this is the IV chart, or suppose you want to see IV and the HV. So this is the IV and HV for any stocks. Now suppose let's take ICICI Bank that we have taken for the example, and ICICI Bank is today is announcing the result, and previously it has announced on 31st of October. So now you might see from almost in the last 5 trading session, the IV of 30 has almost increased by 33%, 30 yeah, almost 30%, and now the IV is at around 40 level. So from almost 30 to IV has reduced by 40%. Now before the announcement of the result, you can see how the IV is moving, and now I can see that IV has started to moving up before the announcement of the result. If I go further down to October for 31st, so the last announcement was on 31st October, so we'll take the 30th of October. You can see there's a notable increase in the volatility before the announcement of the result. You can see the IV of 36 has almost reached to the level of 62, and thereafter declined. Announcement of the result, IV declining, IV was reverting back to its mean. So what is the significance of looking into that? Before the announcement of the result, a lot of stocks IV trying to increase. How much it increased, you can see here. And for the recently, we can see from, let's say, 25th of January. So 25th of 25th one trading session 2, 3, 4. Today is the announcement of the ICICI Bank results. For in the last 4 trading session, IV of 27 has increased to almost 40. It's giving me idea, okay, the uncertainty in the before the event, that the event is result, before the announcement of the result, a lot of uncertainty has been built up among the market participants. I can clearly see the nervousness, not the nervousness, but I can see the fear that has increased the volatility of this particular stock from almost 27 to 40. So the IV in always be taken in the terms of percentage wise. So if I say that 27% has increased to 40%, so there's almost increase of 1300 basis point. So I can say the increase of 1300, almost 1300 increase in the 1300 basis point increase in the volatility. that gives me a significant idea that something is there, something that the stock is taking into. Same way, if I say for the Tech Mahindra, Tech Mahindra is also announcing a result. I don't know how the IB is for this particular stock. You can see, even though here IB of 30, 32, 33 has inclined towards 240 to 240 almost. So it's giving me an idea that even in the Tech Mahindra, IB has inclined a lot. If I see the previous how the IB was, sorry, the one second. 27th July, 30th of April. So we're gonna see now here 27th of July and 30th of October. So if I go 27th July, September. So see, this is 27th of July 20. You can see in the before the announcement of the result, the IB, let's say for the year, the span of 3 to 6 trading session, the IV was almost around 40 and reached to the level of 80. Almost doubled, not doubled, but almost nearby doubled from the level what it was in the last in the previous 6 days. So it doubled on the day of result announcement, and you can see the 3 trading session from 58 the IV increased to almost 70, 72, oh sorry, to almost 80. So it says a lot of increase in volatility that could be seen in the uh, Tech Mahindra. Then August, September, I think. September somewhere. And then that you can see here the increase in the IV. So now why we are looking into the volatility, now why we are looking into the what is the importance of looking into volatility and how it could affect the option premium altogether in the one go. So if I go now, so the next tool we are moving in, that is the chain what if. So we'll go to home page. We'll go to chain. We're gonna search. So this is a chain. This is Tech Mahindra we are taking. So now from the chain, so this is the normal NSE chain, not the NSE chain. So this is a normal option chain. I hope we all know about it. And now we want to see we're gonna do the what if analysis of the option chain. We will be looking how the option premium can get affected uh, through different in a different scenario in a different ways. If I say the option Greeks, so if we talk about the option Greeks, what are the option Greeks? So Greeks are like delta, theta, gamma, vega, and we will be looking. Suppose you took any option or made any strategy. So if you are holding that strategy for a more couple of days, how the one second, sorry. So how could holding of that particular strategy for more days can affect your the option premium? Now, if I say I'm looking that the movement into the stock prices, the movement into that could come into the stock prices, but it did not keep. What could lead to that? Suppose you're taking a single leg, or let's suppose you're buying a call or put, and they want to see how you can do so. So this is the point where you can look into that if how the Greeks, as in theta, days to maturity, that as you are going more close to the expiry, how your theta is going to affect you, how much amount of premium that will be will decline from the option premium. Then looking into why volatility is so important, why we have given around 7-10 minutes into the volatility tool, looking into why volatility is so important, looking that what could happen if there's a sudden increase or decrease in the volatility. And in last, we're going to see how the option premium get affected through change in the in the underlying price. So one more point to note here, that underlying price is the future price. We have no cash price. It's only the future price we are taking from. So suppose this is what we have taken Tech Mahindra for the example. So this is for the all example purpose. Right now is 967. 970 is my at the money. Suppose I was expecting a move of around 15 points. So let's say 15 points movement I was looking into upside. So 967 plus 77, 83 somewhere. So I was expecting the stock price will go, the future price will go to 983. Now I want to see that if the underlying moves to 983 on as the market opens, I can see that 970 call option will worth around 7.5 rupees. So I'm looking into that how the delta will going to affect my option premium. So this is what the amount I was getting if the underlying movement comes. But suppose underlying movement did not come. From 970, it only reached to 975. Only 7 to 8 points movement. So I can say I only will be having my change in the option premium by 3.07, almost 3 rupees. So I can see if that movement come, this is my option premium going to be increased by. But still my target, the point I'm looking for, did not give. Now suppose looking for this increase in the prices led me to hold my option contract for a longer period of time. Suppose, so we have almost 26 days to expiry. So next expiry is on 25th. So we have almost 25, 26 days for the expiry. Suppose, so the option decay continues on the weekend as well. So if I say that because of it, I'm looking for my stock, the future prices to go to 983.84, and I still hold my contract, and now can see the 3 rupee point which I was gaining. Now I'm losing around 50 paisa if I have to hold that particular leg for 4 more days. So I can say that if I'm holding that particular leg for 4 more days, I can see I will be losing around 50 paisa in altogether. Now say that my movement came to of 983. 983 का मूवमेंट आ गया बॉस, पर 4 दिन बाद आया. नाउ सी अभी भी मुझे 4 रुपए का ही प्रॉफिट है. एंड सी सपोज आई थॉट कि मैं इसको 1 या 2 दिन और होल्ड करता हूं, तो फ्रॉम 4 days to 6 days आई होल्ड इट. नाउ यू कैन सी द 4 rupees went to 2 rupees. Now what is going on here is, if I'm looking that agar underlying is on 967 and I was expecting a 15 point up move or down move, and I'm analyzing and I'm looking forward that if the movement come, how much amount of premium will increase or decrease. At the same time, it's not always the movement will come, and because of that most of us try to hold that particular option for a longer period of time. It could be for the 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. So the expiry is in a far way. So you can think of holding the option premium for a more couple of day or 1 day. But if expiry is very nearby, we can't even think of holding the option contract for a long day. So the point of looking here, that the movement I was expecting, that was not into my mark, and because of that I have to hold my option contract. And what I'm looking here, that for holding that option contract, I'm losing money through theta, and the theta decay is going to bleed the option premium as I'm holding the contract. So I say in this sixth day, the movement came of 983. The amount of money which I was making, I'm not making, because theta is taking the premium away. Even though it become in the money, but theta decay is going to be there. Boss चाहे in the money हो, out of the money, at the money हो, theta decay तो रहेगा. You can say the theta decay here. You can see how much an option premium will be losing as the contract is getting close and close to the expiry. So this is the point. So hoping that you have understood the significance of theta, most importantly in the options, and the underlying movement. So the delta here, if you can see, the delta tells you if there's a 1 point movement in the underlying, so how much your option contract is going to get affected. So if it's in the green, that tells you delta for the call option always goes through 0 to 1 positive side. So delta of 0.5 nearby 0.5 could be 0.4849, 0.5152. That is your delta for at the money, and that tells you if there's a 1 point movement in the underlying, that option premium will be increasing. So say it's a 1 point increase in the underlying. It tells you that, or delta tells you that call option will be increased by 0.05 paisa. And if underlying decrease by 1 point, so suppose 983 and 982 ho gaya, so I can say there will be decline of 0.57 paisa in the option premium. So delta for the call option range from 0 to 1, and delta for a put option range from from 0 to -1. And the reason for that, for the call option we are looking to an increase in the underlying, और अगर मान लो underlying नीचे अगर underlying ऊपर जाता है तो put option is losing. So that is what we are looking into, delta and theta of the call and the put option. Then we have the theta. So what the theta do? Theta tells you how much an option, how much of premium will get affected as we are getting 1 day closer to the expiry. So it tells me for the 970 call option, I will be losing almost a 1 rupee of the premium in a day, in the span of a day, no matter what. थीटा बोलता है बॉस मैं तो लूज करूंगा, चाहे अंडरलाइंग मूव हो ना हो, उसे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. It's a time value of money. As the option premium will get close to the expiry, this much amount of premium gonna lose. It is same for the call and the put. Then you have the Vega. So Vega tells you if there's a 1%, if there's a 1% increase and decrease in the volatility, how much option premium is going to get affected. So that is, it's been explained by the Vega. And you have the gamma change. So gamma tells you that if there's a 1 point, so gamma is what basically is a second derivative of the delta. So if I say कि अगर अंडरलाइन 1 पॉइंट से मूव हो रहा है, तब अब तो हम डेल्टा में क्या देखते थे कि ऑप्शन प्रीमियम कितना मूव हो गया, डेल्टा बताता था कि ऑप्शन प्रीमियम कितना मूव होगा. बट गामा ये बताता है कि अगर अंडरलाइन में 1 पॉइंट का मूवमेंट है ना बॉस, तो डेल्टा कितना चेंज होगा. अगर अंडरलाइन बढ़ रहा है तो मेरा डेल्टा बढ़ेगा कि कम होगा, दैट इज बीन एक्सप्लेन. सो डेल्टा बढ़ेगा, पर कितना बढ़ेगा, that is being explained by gamma change. So this is a point of looking that what all these points are looking into delta, theta, vega, gamma is why so important, because it's directly related to the underlying, directly related to the most of the parts. And now we are looking into the IV change and what is IV. So I'll tell that what the IV do. So always remember, always look into that if you are looking that कि IV increase हो रहा है boss, and IV increase हो रहा है means uncertainty increase हो रही है, and I always see IV in terms of uncertainty. It tells me that increase in IV. Sorry, give me a second. So IV and the option premium is always have the direct relationship. So it tells me boss अगर IV बढ़ रहा है मतलब underlying uncertainty बढ़ रही है, and I expect I'm looking that if volatility is increasing, that option premium is also going to increase. Volatility is falling back, अगर uncertainty कम हो रही है, everything is getting stable. I can see the premium is also getting stable. Will have they have the direct relationship. They both are going to decline. As the IV is declining, option premium is going to decline. IV is increasing, option premium is also going to increase. So always remember, IV point is very significant. And I'll tell you, in a single day, if you have noticed, India VIX spikes by 5%, 6%. Even you have seen in the last week, India VIX from the level of 22 been reached to the almost 25. So that's a huge incline in the India VIX. So that shows the lots of uncertainty among the market. And even we have seen for the Tech Mahindra, IV has increased almost by 50, almost by I say from the level of 44 to 80 in this just in the period of 6 days. So if I say कि 6 दिन में boss, so we have created our own scenario. अब हम यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं कि 6 दिन बाद अगर underlying 983 पे होता है तो this could be my payoff. And I say that IV increased by, let's say, by 40%. You can see ₹2 का प्रीमियम ₹17 पे आ जाएगा. For the both, now you can see the even the put option जो अभी तक नेगेटिव में था वो भी इंक्रीज हो गया. Now it's in the positive side. So that is why this is so important looking into the IV. And I gave you the live better example. If you have noticed in the time of COVID, क्या हुआ था बॉस? Premium were increasing for the both call and put. क्यों? क्योंकि IV was the shooting over. जितना स्पाइक आया था ना, वो स्पाइक हैज लिटरली टेकन द ऑप्शन प्रीमियम into the next level. The prices were shooting because of this. And you can see जो अभी ऑप्शन में, if I take back to the one, जो ऑप्शन ₹2 का है कॉल ऑप्शन, जो ऑप्शन ₹12 में जो ऑप्शन 6 दिन में ₹12 लूज करेगा, वी आर लुकिंग कि 6 दिन आज से 6 दिन बाद अगर अंडरलाइंग 983 पे आता है तो आई कैन सी जो अंडरलाइंग जो पुट ऑप्शन लूज कर रहा है ₹12, बट इफ देयर इज अ इंक्रीज इन आईवी इन द पीरियड ऑफ दैट 6 days, after 6 days you can see the huge increase in the option premium because of the increase in the volatility for the both call and put. So this is what it helps you. It helps me to analyze lots and lots of significance of the option Greeks. I can say that I can see here if there's a 1 point increase of say from 983 to 984, the option premium, how much of the option premium will increase or decrease. If there's a incline in the volatility, how much the option premium is going to change. Now if I say कि अब मुझे लगा कि यार अभी तो वोलेटिलिटी भी बढ़ गई है, अंडरलाइन भी बढ़ गई है, सो आई कैन होल्ड द ऑप्शन फॉर द मोर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. सो इफ आई से मैंने 10 दिन तक होल्ड किया, you can say अगर मैं 4 दिन और होल्ड करूंगा ना तो मेरा वापस पुट नेगेटिव कॉल में भी थोड़ा सा it start going down. So why is that? Why is so important to analyze all of these things? This is the reason why. It tells you the option chain, and in that what if tells you that if there is an increase in the underlying, how much increase would going to affect the option premium, the days holding your contract, how much the option premium is going to get affected, and the last we have seen the IV change. So this is boss something very very on the high note of looking into the IV at the time of event. And why I'm saying this, because IV is mean reverting. अगर बड़ी है तो कम भी होगी, it's going to fall back to its mean. अगर IV ज्यादा कम हो गई है तो again it's going to get up, it's going to get back to its mean. तो वो वापस मीन में घूम के आएगी, चाहे कितने भी बढ़ जाए it's going have to come back to its mean, चाहे कितना भी कम हो जाए it's have to come back to its mean level. So this is what you should be considering into before making your strategy. Suppose you're making any short strategy, then you are keen towards that कि boss कोई मूवमेंट ही नहीं आए, अंडरलाइन वहीं का वहीं रह जाए, आईवी डिक्लाइन हो जाए. अभी इससे क्या होगा, अगर अंडरलाइन में मूवमेंट नहीं है तो थोड़ा बहुत रहेगा कि यार प्राइजेस ऑप्शन प्रीमियम इफेक्ट नहीं होंगे. आईवी अगर डिक्लाइन हो गया तो बॉस अपन ने देखा अगर आईवी इंक्रीज हो रहा है, इतना हो रहा है तो क्या होगा. वही से सपोज कि आईवी डिक्लाइन 45 से 5% पे आ गया, कॉल ऑप्शन ऑलमोस्ट जीरो पे, 0.50 पैसे के गेन पे, और पुट ऑप्शन ऑलमोस्ट लूजिंग 16 रुपीज. सो अगर आईवी वापस बैक मीन रिवर्ट हो गया तो दिस इज द अमाउंट ऑफ लूजिंग. फिर मैंने देखा कि अगर मैंने इसको और होल्ड करा फॉर द लॉन्गर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, ज्यादा होल्ड करूंगा तो आई एम स्टिल गोना लूज माय मनी. सो दीज आर द पॉइंट्स which you should be analyzing while doing the your analysis for making any strategy. So I hope I have tried clear a lot of things. I have tried clearing a lot of things through the what if, and we have understood why looking into the IV is so insignificant. So now we'll move to the last part of our session. And after that, we'll take the question answer. We'll go to the tools. So now today we are looking into the option calculator. And this is based on the Black-Scholes model. I think most of the persons who are into the derivatives, who have studied finance or have into the finance from a long period of time, or maybe the people who are some new to here, I'll tell you. So in finance, there's a concept of Black-Scholes models through which we derive the value of call and put. So even we have tried bringing up here. So all the calculation and the part we have taken, the formula part we have taken, Black-Scholes model. Now what is it? So why I am showing you option calculator here, and what is the point of bringing up this particular point? So now boss, क्या है कि Black-Scholes के कुछ limitations है. Limitation क्या है? It assumes constant variance. Black-Scholes बोलता है कि भाई वेरियंस कांस्टेंट ही रहेगा, चेंज ही नहीं होना है. बोलता है कि रिस्क फ्री रिटर्न चेंज ही नहीं होगा, एंड इट्स नॉट दैट थिंग. हमने अभी देखा वेरियंस लाइक volatility changes every single time. We have seen कि risk free return in the market changes in every quarterly or yearly. I'm not into that. So I can see that risk free return changes most of the time. Volatility changes almost in every second, every minute, every hour. So is it possible looking into ki, so overcome all these things, we have tried putting the option calculator here. So we have two things. The first thing NSE FNO and the other. So in the NSE FNO, we are calculating the premium based on the future price. And वो क्यों कर रहे हैं? Because future price क्या करता है ना बॉस? Future price risk free return और dividend yield जो सबसे बड़ा कंपोनेंट है जब अपन व्हेन यू आर डूइंग द कैलकुलेशन ऑप्शन कैलकुलेशन पार्ट, जो सबसे बड़ा पॉइंट है ना डिविडेंड यील्ड, तो स्पॉट प्राइस डज नॉट एडजस्ट यील्ड एंड रिस्क फ्री रिटर्न. सो फ्यूचर प्राइस में वो चीज का टेंशन ही नहीं है. फ्यूचर प्राइस क्या करता है भाई? इट फ्यूचर प्राइस एडजस्ट द डिविडेंड यील्ड, इट्स आल्सो एडजस्ट द your risk free return. So overcoming that 2 points, we have taken future price. So मुझे dividend yield की और risk free return की टेंशन ही नहीं है. So that has been covered with the future price. So on the basis of, with the help of future price, we're gonna compute the option premiums or the volatility of any particular option. So let's say I am taking the Nifty. Future price is all, it's going to come, is going to get fetched when you select any symbol. So if I say, let's example for the ACC, if I say ACC, I'll get the future price. One second. If I say SDFC Bank, let's say some error. So let's take Nifty. So after taking, so we have the Nifty, we have the future price, and now we are looking for the which expiry. So suppose I am calculating for the 4th of February 2021. I am looking here कि मुझे किस for which particular strike price I'm calculating the prices or the employed volatility. So if I say, if I calculating for the strike at the money strike of 13,700. So what we have done till here, will take one more time. We have taken the symbol, we have taken the future price. Why future price we are looking here? Because it adjusts the dividend yield. So Nifty does not have dividend yield, obviously. So we'll take any other instrument. I don't know why I'm not able to select. One second. I think there's some error that is coming up. There's some error that is coming up. So we'll take the Nifty only, and we'll understand through Nifty only. So we were at that future price, so it takes the dividend yield. So for any FNO stock, for it so future price adjusts the dividend yield and the risk free return. Expiry we have taken 4th of February and strike off at the money. Now what we are trying to do, that today is 30, that is Saturday, and suppose on Monday 1st, I want to see the prices. Now what I'm trying to say, just understand that I'm evaluating a call and a put option premium based on the volatility for the expiry of 4th of February on the date of 1st Feb. So I will repeat one more time what I'm trying to do, that I'm evaluating call and put premium based on the employed volatility. Okay. For the expiry of 4th of February, that's fine. And on which date I'm evaluating the prices is my 1st of February. निफ्टी लिया, फ्यूचर प्राइस लिया, एक्सपायरी ले रहा हूं मैं 4th ऑफ फरवरी के लिए, स्ट्राइक प्राइस लिया 13,700 का. 13,700 के स्ट्राइक प्राइस में बॉस कॉल एंड पुट भी तो होगा. उस कॉल एंड पुट का प्राइसेस मैं देखना चाहता हूं 1st of Feb को क्या होगा based on the volatility. So for that we'll go to the volatility So here you have the volatility section. In the IV charts, let's go. If I say, so you can take any FNO stock. So if I say the Nifty volatility is 25, 24.96, let's say 25. We'll go back to option calculator, volatility of 25. So suppose if volatility remains altogether on the Monday, on the 1st, on the 1st of February, I'm gonna calculate the prices. So what I did, I'm calculating the prices of the call and put option based on the volatility. So I told you there's some uh, drawbacks in the formula, that it does not take the variance, risk-free return. So now what we have tried to कि हर उस स्टॉक का वोलेटिलिटी खुद ही डिफाइन कर रहे हैं, रिस्क फ्री रिटर्न फ्यूचर प्राइस खुद एडजस्ट कर देता है, बचता है डिविडेंड यील्ड. सो स्पॉट प्राइस में डिविडेंड यील्ड आता उसको एडजस्ट नहीं कर पाता, दैट्स व्हाई वी आर टेकिंग द फ्यूचर प्राइस. सो द डिविडेंड यील्ड शुड गेट एडजस्टेड, तो उसकी भी हमें टेंशन की बात नहीं है. सो रिस्क फ्री रिटर्न, डिविडेंड यील्ड गेट एडजस्टेड विद द फ्यूचर प्राइस. वोलेटिलिटी हमें खुद निकालना है, तो वोलेटिलिटी हम देख सकते हैं भाई आईवी टूल की मदद से. नाउ ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ वोलेटिलिटी आई कैन सी द प्राइसेस ऑफ the call and put of this particular strike just calculated. So I can see the prices of the call and the put option based on the volatility. Suppose volatility increased to 25.5 on the day, on the Monday. So we have taken 1st of Feb, possibility that volatility will increase. So if volatility will increase by 0.5, that this could be the call and put. And if I say the volatility decline, so this will be the option premium. Now in the same way, we'll be looking into the employed volatility of the call and put based on the call premium or the put premium. So now what I'm trying to do here, so Nifty है, future price, expiry, strike, ये सब तो हमारा सेम है. अब स्ट्राइक 13,700 मैं लेता हूं पहले. कॉल ऑप्शन लिखा, उसका प्रीमियम आ गया 4th of Feb. So we'll do one more thing, we'll try to calculate. So ठीक है. So for the employed volatility we are doing कि 13,700 का स्ट्राइक ऑप्शन मेरा कॉल, प्रीमियम अभी उसका चल रहा है 208.35 पैसा. I'm gonna calculate the employed volatility based on the call, and you can see there is something change because of the dividend yield, because of the risk-free return, and because of this too. So there's a slightly change in the volatility because of it. Now if I want to see through the put option, it's going to be almost same. So I can see the volatility is almost 33.9097 based on the call and put premiums. So this is what the motive of option calculator, of calculating the prices based on the volatility. Either you can calculate the price based on the volatility, or you can calculate the employed volatility based on the prices of call and put. And the one point what we are trying to do is here, that rather than taking the spot price, so the drawback in the spot price is it does not take the dividend yield, it does not take the component of risk-free return. So this is what we have tried taking, why we have taken the future price, because future price adjusts the risk-free return and the dividend yield. बॉस दोनों चीज का टेंशन खत्म. अब बचता है वोलेटिलिटी. जो वोलेटिलिटी ब्लैक एंड शोल बोलता है कि वेरिएंस कांस्टेंट होता है, हमने वो भी चेंज कर दिया भाई. देख लिया कि अगर वोलेटिलिटी चेंज हो रहा है तो ऑप्शन प्रीमियम कॉल पुट कैसे हो. So this is one point into the option calculator looking into NSE FNO, and second one is the others. So others में अगर आप आएंगे ना तो you will be find everything that spot price. So we'll calculate, let's say, spot price of any stock. Now you will see why future price is so important over spot while into the derivatives. मैंने बोला 100 का मेरा स्ट्राइक प्राइस है, 101 का मैं सॉरी 100 का मेरा स्पॉट प्राइस है, strike is of 101 days to maturity. Let's say we have 26 days to the maturity. Let's say we have how many days? 4th of Feb we have the expiry, so 6 days to the expiry for the 4th of Feb expiry. Let's say 26 only. Volatility we are taking the 25. Now these two things, ये जो दो चीजें है ना बॉस, इंटरेस्ट रेट एंड डिविडेंड यील्ड. Interest rate and dividend yield, why so important? Now I have to look into what is the dividend yield of a particular stock. I have to go through and adjust it accordingly. If I want to see what is the interest rate that is going on in the market, I have to go and check it. So this is why it is so important of looking into. So these two things get adjusted in the future price. So if I say the interest rate of I don't know, let's say example 5.5% and dividend yield of 2%. Now we're gonna calculate the option premium. So this is one part which you can do for the calculating the option premium for any if you are wanted to interest rate looking into how could the dividend yield, suppose it went to 2.2, how will be the option premium will change. If I say the volatility increased to 27, then now the what could be the increase in the option premium. If I say volatility declined to 22 from 25, then now what could be the possible what could be the call and put prices. So these are the points which this helps to look into to the option calculator. So this was from the today's webinar, and we gonna take the question answer in just a couple of minutes. And so if you have the questions, you can put in. We're gonna start question answer in the just couple of minutes. So we are taking the question and answer for the today's session, today's webinar, and I have some questions to look into. So most of the questions I have already answered while taking the tools. So I'm gonna see if there's something else which I can help you guys with. So one question: can we calculate the fair value of premium which is not at open at say in April month P for in strike or stop? So you can you can try, but if it's not open, you can try in the other. So by taking the imaginary, like say taking the spot strike days to expiry, Volatility, you can choose the current volatility or volatility depending, you can also change. So for the volatility, you can move to the IV section. From there you can take the volatility. Days to expiry, you can calculate. For spot price you might be having for that particular stock, and strike price you can take. So this part is you're done. Now the hustle will come in this part. Interest rate, you have to go and look for the interest rate and the dividend yield for that particular stock. So for that you can refer to other websites as well, or you can find it online for dividend yield for the any particular stock. So you can calculate the premium for any of the first strike of any stock. I think this explanation might have helped you to looking into. So the next question, Raj. Based on IV, can we find the range of the stock for the month expiry? Okay, so what IV tells us the what could be the movement that can come into the stock prices. So if I say the volatility of 25%, so I'm looking forward. So we see in terms of the yearly perspective, sorry, annual perspective of 250 or 252 trading session. So if I say that I'm looking the volatility of 25%, so what I'm trying to say that volatility of 25%, 25, that means 25% for the annually, the stock can have the movement in any direction, either in the positive negative direction, in term in the quantum of 25%. So this is what the volatility is telling me. So if I want to on the basis of the annual volatility, I will be calculating my monthly volatility as you have asked for the monthly expiry. So if I say that, then I will be looking for the monthly, what is the monthly volatility. You can do so by the formulas, and that's pretty easy. Then looking into the monthly expiry, then I can say I can have the view that how much the stock can move in that for the particular, based on the monthly expiry. But finding a range, so that's what I'm saying, finding the range of the stock for the monthly expiry. So if you have that, this is the amount of stock can move, but there's no certainty that stock will move that percentage either on the upside or downside. And as I told in this session in the webinar that I will volatility changes very frequently. Even for this month, we have seen that India VIX has moved almost from the 22 to 25. That's a big change in the big move, and sometimes movement comes of the 10%, then it reverts back. So you can have a better view, but not to rely that having that it will be having that particular range. So I think we are done for the day today, and I hope you have enjoyed the session. I hope you have learned something new regards to the Quantsapp tools. You have learned how you can use these tools in a more effective way. I hope you have liked the today's webinar as well. And you can follow us on the YouTube and the various social media platform. You can put your valuable feedback into the comment section, and we'll really appreciate to improve in a more in terms of offering the products, and will be in the more in the good terms. So I would request you all guys, you can, if you can put your valuable feedbacks, and if you can follow us on the YouTube and various social media platform. So before taking off, I just want to take one more question. If volatility of stock is 20, if I'm reading it right, if volatility of stock 26 and it increases 5%, so we should adjust 31 of 5% to predict premium. Okay. So as I told, the volatility is been always in the terms of percentage. So if I say volatility of 26, so I'm looking 26 percentage, and then I say 5% incremental. So I'm not saying plus 5%. So 26% plus 5% नहीं होगा वो. So it will be 26 का 5%. Now 26 का 5% क्या होगा? Around 100, 1.3 something. Let me calculate. मेरे को भी देखना पड़ेगा. So 26% का 26. So 1 second. So 26 into 0.05. 1.3, yeah. So now the volatility will be 26% plus, अब इसमें 5% का increment आया, तो that would be 1.3. So the volatility will be 27.3, not 31. I hope I have cleared this point. So so we are signing off for the today's webinar, and you can so you can also rate our application by going into the Play Store. If you are enjoying the Quantsapp, you are learning new things, and so please, you can put your valuable feedbacks and rate our applications. So thank you so much everyone for the today for giving your time.